It's time to upgrade, but which version can you use? Stay tuned and let's find out. Welcome back, Wicked family, welcome back to a new video. So in today's video we are going to talk about once again Pandora's box, because there was so much to talk about. In this video I just want to, let's say, focus on you want to upgrade your system, but you have really no clue which mainboard you can use, because there are some minor differences and I wanted to show you here. So I'm hoping this video is going to help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell for more awesome Wicked content, and of course join the Wicked family and support the channel. So you have this arcade stick and you want to upgrade to another version. As you can see here, we're having two different mainboard layouts. Look at the ports and you can see the USB connections are a little bit differently, and they moved up the settings button. Alright, so let's take a close look at the connection. As you can see, these are all the same. But where it gets a little bit differently is this part of the mainboard. The volume control setting and the USB ports are different. For example, you have in this case, this is the Pandora Box 6 and you want to upgrade it, for example, to a Pandora Games 3D that has a totally different layout. This is going to be a problem. For the people who are having this casing, this has this big gigantic hole where you're basically just put in the full casing. So I'm going to show you here when you're putting it in. As you can see, that is not a big problem. And doesn't even matter which version you will put in this one. So keep in mind you need to have a casing with this one. And if you don't have a casing, without a casing, you can of course, let's say, put every mainboard in it if what you want. But look at this. Without a casing, it's just freaking hideous. You seeing the connectors? Nah. So that's something you need to decide for yourself. Alright, so that brings us to the casing itself. As you can see here, I'm putting the Pandora Box 5 and 6 next to each other, because basically these are the mainboard that have the biggest differences. But as you can see, the layout itself, like the EDA ports, are basically the same. So that are not the big differences. So if you want to put them in your casing and let's say the connection at the back are not the problem, you can just basically put in the EDA connector. I need to point out that there can be a difference to, let's say, if you're having other brands. So if you want to use the EDA connector, this is going to get used in most of the time the original Pandora boxes. But here it's getting interesting. If you're going to use the original cable harness and you're going to, for example, from a Pandora Box 6 to a Pandora Games 3D, it is highly possible that you need to reconnect your buttons, because the pins on the mainboard may be similar to all the other versions, but the connection output, so let's say for the buttons A, B, C, D, etc., can be a little bit different. So that brings us to the two models. Alright, I'm putting the Pandora Box blue casing at the left and the green, the Pandora Box 6, at the right. So, and as you can see, we're having two different versions we already spoken of. Okay, let's grab another one. Let's grab the Pandora Box number 9 in the orange casing. This one, as you can see, looks similar to the Pandora Box 6. So if you want to have, let's say, a Pandora Box 5 upgrade, it's possible to 9, and the same goes to this black casing, the Pandora Box 9D. They all have the same, let's say, connection outputs, so that's not a problem. But if you look at the 9S Plus, this one has a connection like the Pandora Box 5. And the Pandora Box, if I'm saying it correctly, Pandora Box 7, Pandora Box X, the Pandora Treasure 3D, and the Pandora Games 3D, all of these have the similar outputs like the Pandora Box 5. So yes, keep that in mind. Okay, you're not going to laying it steady. Okay, it is weird, but you're getting the point. So in this video, I just want to show you the difference if it comes to the mainboard layouts. I think this is something a lot of people are forgetting and some are not even mentioning. Because if you want to buy an arcade stick, you need to spend a lot of money. And if you want to upgrade it in the near future, it's always good to think about what kind of mainboard, or better said, what kind of arcade machine you need to buy. Because if you're buying an arcade machine for a lot of money and you cannot upgrade it, or you have a limitation like the Pac-Man version, that would be very disappointed that you need to buy an arcade stick all over again. I think if you buy it smart, if you buy the right version like this one, for example, you have more options and you can upgrade it in the future. So I hope this video helped you out, that you have a little bit better idea what are the differences between the layouts, the kind of mainboards. Keep in mind, I also did reviews about, for example, the casing you can buy, for example, what kind of differences between the Pandora boxes, and I made the top 10 Pandora box where I tell you more of the differences between all the versions and what is my personal favorite at the moment. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell. Thank you for watching, and if you find a question you can always leave it in the comments.